Hi from Agas. In this video, I, Akash, and my partner Nikhil are going to talk about what exactly is mental illness. In the last video, we talked about what exactly is mental health. When was the last time you heard somebody describing their day as depressing? When was the last time you heard somebody expressing their annoyance with dust as OCD? Lastly, when was the last time you heard somebody saying they just binged a show? We might not be aware of this, but these are descriptions, these are labels of serious mental illnesses. So, in today's video, we are going to try to create an understanding of the basics of mental illness. To understand the concept of mental illnesses, we have to keep in mind two things. First, the spheres of life. Second, the 4Ds. Let's start with the spheres of life. Our spheres of life consist of personal, social, and work. Three spheres of life. The personal sphere of life consists of hygiene, our sexuality, our personality, our self, our liking, our disliking, and very close intimate relationships. Our social sphere of life consists of our social relationships, our social interactions with the community, with the culture, with our colleagues, with our family, with our friends, right? Lastly, our work sphere of life consists of our occupation, our education, our schooling, places like office and school and college, right? Anything we choose to contribute toward the community or to suit our own ambitions. Our mental health aids us in order to adapt to the spheres of life. Sometimes it so happens that the spheres of life can be taxing, and on top of that we have our own vulnerabilities in form of biology, our social sphere, and also our personal sphere. There might be some limitations which are amplified by the stress, and that can lead to mental illnesses. We will talk more about this in our next video, right? For now, let's focus on the 4Ds. That is how we identify mental illnesses or we categorize mental illnesses. The first of our Ds is dysfunction. By dysfunction, we mean that either our emotions, our feelings, or our behavior has gotten out of our control. And in that sense, we mean that we are not able to do those things which we really intend. Our thoughts are going haywire, or our behaviors are somehow not turning out to be the way we want them to be. By distress, which is our second D, we mean that either we are under a lot of stress by ourselves that we are not able to perform in our spheres of life, or we are causing stress to others because our behaviors are not in line with our thoughts. So, in that case, distress is our second D. The third of the D is deviance. By deviance, we mean that we are showing emotions, thoughts, or behaviors which are not normal, which are not normally present. In that sense, if a person is not able to speak for a long time or is not showing any kind of pleasure towards normally pleasurable activities, for example, talking to other people. It can also happen that a person can show deviance in form of seeing something which is extra or hearing something which is extra, thinking that something exists when it does not exist. This is a form of positive deviance, something which is extra than the normal. The last of our D's is danger. By danger, we simply mean either we are danger to ourselves or to others' well-being.
Now look at this definition for a minute, stated by the World Health Organization. Mental, behavioral, and neurodevelopmental disorders are syndromes characterized by clinically significant disturbance in an individual's cognition, emotional regulation, or behavior that reflects a dysfunction in the psychological, biological, or developmental processes that underlie mental and behavioral functioning. These disturbances are usually associated with distress or impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. Another explanation of mental illnesses is provided by the American Psychological Association, or the APA. This is an organization of scientists and healthcare professionals in the field of psychology. So, according to the APA, a mental illness is any condition that is characterized by disturbances in our thought processes and in our emotions, the presence of abnormal behaviors, major difficulties in daily functioning, or any combination of these. For specific mental illnesses, identifiable symptoms exist. The World Health Organization and the American Psychological Association propose to determine the severity of a mental illness on a scale of mild to severe. This severity is defined by research and is also based on the 4Ds. So, in a general sense, a mental illness is when a person's normal state of thinking, behavior, and emotions is disrupted, leaving behind serious consequences on mental health. Knowing, understanding, and acknowledging these issues improves our relationships with others, and more importantly, with ourselves. But none of us needs to memorize these concepts to empathize with those who suffer from depression or autism. All we see is a struggle between a person and an illness or life itself, battling to experience the world without anything holding them back.